This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We got this groovy podcast for ya. Reviewing crazy tunes or quoting Twain and Sting and Dune. We'll bring ideas to share like bonus points for extra flair, cause it's the frickin' Dave and Shecky Show. This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We're bringing you this groovy review. We might preview movies, bake some bread, or drink some smoothies. So come on, have way too much caffeine. You roll up some rivers, I'll reference some Raffy. This is the Dave and Shecky Show.
You got your ticket?
Got your ticket? What's that for?
You don't get your auto without ticket.
What?
No auto without the ticket.
Otto? Who's Otto?
Otto and George. Order. No order.
Oh, order. Order. What did you see? You said Otto.
No auto without the ticket.
I see. No ticky, no shirty?
Exactly.
What? Okay. What is that from?
It's from Racist America, Part 1.
Okay.
A compilation I'm putting together.
I see. Well, good for you. So today's show, this is, let's just welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the Middle-Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific podcast featuring your pals.
Mark Cooper and Mo Gaffney.
Okay, I'm not Mo Gaffney.
I'm definitely not Mark Cooper.
Well, then who the fuck is doing the show?
All right, I'm Ricky Lake. You can be Sally Jesse Raphael.
I don't want to be Sally Jesse. Why do I have to be Sally Jesse?
You know, one time I delivered a burrito to Ricky Lake, and that was not some sort of sexual entendre.
Okay. And did she pay for it?
Yeah, she answered the door in a schmuck.
Okay.
In a smock.
She has children, so she was probably...
Not then she didn't have children. Back then she had a pot belly. I remember her in person. I said, oh, Ricky Lake's a little heavy.
You didn't know that from watching the show?
She had her phases. Oh, wait, maybe that's Rachel Ray. She's like a primitive Rachel Ray, isn't she?
No.
No, she's not at all. She's like a terrible actress from a John Waters movie. Horrible.
I will say that Ricky Lake was actually a fine actress, and her show was quite well received. She seemed wonderful, whether she wasn't or not.
How about Mo Gaffney, though? Come on, I mean, how does a person like Mo Gaffney even become famous?
I don't know that Mo Gaffney is still famous.
There was a moment there. What, did she have like a Broadway play or something?
No, see, this is what I think. I think there's like an L.A. contingency of people like that Laura Sangiancano or whatever.
Never heard of that person.
Yes, she was the eyebrows.
Oh, she's got very dark hair.
Eyebrows.
I'm sure. Okay, let's not go there.
What?
I'm just saying.
What do you...
She's very dark. She's probably very nappy in her vagina area.
Are you fucking... What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Her hair is so dark. The eyebrow is so thick. It just makes you imagine.
It doesn't make me imagine, David.
See, that's the difference between me and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was her last name again?
I don't even want to speak about her anymore. You're grossing me out. But she is from Pretty Woman.
She's not a pretty woman.
And
she's a horrible woman.
I don't know that she's horrible. She was fine on that show. We liked that show. We liked Just Shoot Me.
That's true.
Okay. I don't...
I like David Cross. I used to like David Cross.
Look.
Now he seems like some sort of turd burglar.
Okay. I don't know why he's burgling the turds, but maybe I don't keep up with him anymore. Chicken pot pie. That was one of the, last week we did shows that couldn't be made. There is no way they could make that episode of Just Shoot Me anymore.
That's probably true.
With David Cross pretending he was a retarded person.
It's vacuum.
He pretended he was retarded to what? To get girls to like him or to get sympathy?
I seem to be gaining the sympathy of the boss for sure.
Well, I think he did it for his whole life, though. It wasn't just at work. I think he had done it throughout his whole life to get sympathy and not have to work, probably.
I got to tell you, when it comes to comedians who play banjo, I'm going George Siegel over Steve Martin.
Okay. Well, we're not here to talk about that.
Just saying, if you ever have to contemplate that, just think about it.
Okay. Well, now you know how Dave feels about
I mean, The Jerk is
comedians
good,
playing banjo.
but Fun with Dick and Jane is better.
All right. Okay. Anyway, this week's episode is all about the latest Mission Impossible movie, Fallout.
Wait, I thought it was Mission Impossible to get through. Impossible that this thing was made.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Impossible to believe. Impossible to sit through is really what it is.
Well,
I think that's the fine.
We laid through it. We watched it in bed.
Yeah, we contemplated not watching the whole thing.
Yeah, at some point I said, should I just turn this off? So Mission Impossible Fallout is the latest Mission Impossible movie. The last one was Rogue Nation, and I watched that and I thought it was pretty good. Dave had no I don't know, preconceived notions prior to watching this one. Is that correct?
Well, I saw the first one maybe 20 years ago.
Right.
And that sucked ass.
So Dave didn't know that there was a shit ton of media hype around this one, as if it was the best action adventure movie ever made.
Oh.
Dave didn't know that Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie 97%.
97% what?
Approval rating.
See, that's why we have problems. That's why there's a problem in this world.
No, you know what I want to tell you about? Well, let's just start. So the movie.
What? No, I just thought we started with the problem. The problem is no ticky, no shirty.
Okay, let me just tell you something that perhaps the audience doesn't know, and if you've never heard me speak about this before,
Hollywood are controlled by China?
that's right. This is a Chinese movie, folks.
Hollywood.
This is a Chinese movie, and what happens is that the Chinese put a lot of money into the production, and as a result, there are certain things that you are not allowed to do.
Wait, they allow one kiss and one curse. That's what we got in that one. There was one time where the character named Walker said the word fucking.
One kiss, one curse, I guess. But there's no sexual shit happening. Nothing sexual at all. Nothing.
There's nothing sexual, there's nothing intellectual, there's nothing other than nonsense.
There are no the bad guys are all white. There are no people of color in this movie that are horrible.
The problem with this movie is I can barely remember it. It was only 2 days ago.
This is what happened. This is, in my mind, this is what happened. Alibaba said, we are going to finance this movie.
Who the fuck is Alibaba?
That's the Chinese company this time around.
That can't be real.
I just said.
That sounds really racist.
I don't care, but listen anyway. And they probably paid J.J. Abrams to be involved. So that name was attached to it. And
I saw that.
I feel like they also then paid for a tremendous whisper campaign, and maybe even just paid. I don't believe Rotten Tomatoes anymore at all. Maybe the audience score I believe, but I do not believe the critics score anymore. It's absurd. This is not a 97% movie. It is the most boring fun movie to watch.
This movie is terrible. First of all, here's how you make this movie better. Tom Cruise out of the movie. Charlie Sheen in the movie. And it's a comedy.
Okay.
That's the only way it works. It's so preposterous and ridiculous. The only way it would work would be with a hint of irony and comedy.
Well, it's Mission Impossible, so everything's supposed to be impossible. That's fine.
It's not even entertaining.
Who's
entertaining? Please, take some LSD. Realize there's more to life than nonsense. Then take about 20 years and settle in, and you can have a happy medium.
I mean, I know you're just trying to be fun, but the truth of the matter is that the movie itself, the the things I liked about it, I thought the score was really good. I thought the music was very good.
I thought the score sucked.
Okay, the action scenes are incredible. So there's a lot of like good things about the movie, but it's boring. Other than that, it's boring. Like I just waiting to see the next action scene because it's so watered down because it's a Chinese movie. They try to hype it up with more action and real good music, and the shots are great, but it did not fool me at all. I was just like, I know I'm watching a Chinese movie almost immediately, and then afterwards, well, actually, Alibaba comes right up in the very beginning.
Alibaba.
Yes, I told you that's the name.
Maybe I got a film company. It's called Ooga Booga.
Okay.
How's that? That sounds racist.
That's okay, but your movie, okay.
Alibaba. What? Open Sesame.
Okay. Anyway, so I really.
I don't know why you would even give this movie it's nonsense.
Well, this is the thing. This movie is a 7-ish, 7.5 maybe. It's always great to see Tom Cruise.
7.5?
Maybe because of the action sequences but
there's no action. It's sterile computer graphics.
No, he does his real action. He got hurt during this film.
Who gives a fuck? I hope he died during the film so we don't have to see another one.
Okay. Anyway.
What a cunt.
All right.
Taps is better than this movie.
Well, that's true.
That was a shit movie.
No, Taps is a great movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it really?
Yes.
Tom Cruise is not great. He really isn't.
Tom Cruise.
He was good in Rain Man.
Okay. You could continue with what you're saying because you obviously have a lot to say right now.
No, I'm just saying this is a shit movie with shit music and shit fucking acting and shit screenplay and shit script. Just a complete wash.
Okay, you are being a bit hyperbolic.
That first scene where they're making small talk, deciding who stays in back and who goes out and does the mission.
Yes.
Shit fest.
Yes. So first of all, I was really upset because I knew immediately that what's his name? Henry Cavill, Superman or ex-Superman. I knew immediately he was a bad guy. I don't want to know immediately. I want to be surprised as fuck that he's a bad guy. You know what I mean? I want it to be like, oh shit. But because it's so formulaic, of course he's a bad guy. And because it's so formulaic, you know something's going to happen since there was, the one guy from the Shaun of the Dead movies was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not in the van, or I'd rather be in the van. Shit's going to go on in the van. Like at the very beginning, he and Ving have a little, and it's the jokes are not very good. When I saw that it was 97%, I knew immediately that people had been hoodwinked. And it doesn't deserve a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's very clear that somebody paid for 97%. Whether the critics are getting paid or just Rotten Tomatoes is getting paid, I don't know.
This movie's a 4 at best.
It's not a 4. Dave, I think you're just being over exaggerating, and I'm trying to be as honest.
What is it though? I mean, why?
Because I'm telling you, the action sequences are fun to watch. They are fun to watch. They are enjoyable.
They bore me.
It's interesting that when when they jump out of the plane, they really jumped out of the plane. And
let me tell you something.
Okay.
Nowadays, with all the special effects, how am I supposed to decipher when they've jumped out of the plane or not?
Well, if your eye tells you that it's real, it's probably real.
My eye.
But he they jumped out of the plane, and apparently they had to jump out of the plane every day at the same time because the time of the shot in the movie happens at like sundown or dusk or whatever. So they did it every day for hundreds of takes just so they could get it right for the 3 angles. So stuff like that I appreciate, and I'm not a big fan of the Scientologists. That's for gosh darn sure. But I
would be more entertained just watching behind the scenes of them making the stunts. That would be a better movie than the movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that. He is not the world's best actor at all. Certainly not the world's best dad, but he's okay in these movies.
He is an antique. Tom Cruise.
What do you mean he's an antique?
We need to move past this fake name Hollywood actor bullshit.
Okay.
He's just bullshit. He is absolute bullshit. Tom Cruise is bullshit.
Okay. Well, anyway, you liked that movie that was it American. What was the movie where he was in, where he was the guy that was doing the drug running? You watched it. You said you liked it.
I don't know.
It was like from the 70s.
I don't remember.
And I said I couldn't watch it because I know he dies at the end. And you watched it. I don't know, maybe.
I kind of maybe remember. I don't remember Tom Cruise in it, though.
He was the main guy. It was very good. I forget the name of it.
I guess movies just don't do it for me.
You liked that movie, by the way. So
I don't seem to absorb movies for very long.
So in this movie, it's, a lot of impossible shit happens, of course, and there's it's even hard to describe. It's Alec Baldwin, terrible, right?
It's absurd.
Alec Baldwin's in the very first scene that he's in. His voice is so high pitched and frantic as compared to his next time showing up in the movie. Like as he's talking the first time when they're on the at the airport or whatever, I couldn't get over how weird he seemed, and I was like, this is the best take. This is how he was directed to be. It just seemed awful. He seems awful, and it's clear that they were also trying to appeal to social justice warriors because you've got Wolf Blitzer in there, some CNN guy.
Wolf Schitzer. So black, so poor. That guy. And the fact that there is nobody of color who is a bad person in this movie. This movie makes Ronan look like a masterpiece.
People like Ronan for some reason. But
people like Ronan.
I feel like we were tempted to stop it because it just wasn't. It was boring. The plot was boring.
Oh man, it was just so bad. I'm having trouble remembering it.
Yeah, well, they were going. There was the head of the apostles, John Lark, some guy that they didn't know who he looked like, and he wanted
basically
plutonium.
Like a video game, is what it was.
He wanted Well, maybe they're going to make it into one. But he wanted plutonium to blow up some shit because
that's original.
Time of peace only comes after a time of great suffering, and
well, that's true.
They wanted to really make some people suffer. I mean, it was a little.
Yeah, when they blew up the Middle East, there, I was actually happy.
They didn't, though.
I know. And then I was sad.
They didn't blow up anything. The things they were going to blow up were, religious things. So. I mean, nothing about this movie is amazingly the plot anyway. Nothing about it is very original.
Was Tom Cruise in Liquid Sky?
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky?
Yes.
That might have been the last thing he was good in.
I'm telling you liked that movie I just told you about before.
That's the thing. He can be okay when he's in a decent movie, but he's not great. And if the movie sucks, he sucks.
Well, you have to understand he's also, because of Scientology, I think there are handlers around him everywhere telling him, oh, don't do that. That'll make you look bad, or that'll make you look weak, or that'll make you look this, that, and the other thing.
He does look weak. T.J. Miller is, for all his faults, And he could be in the worst movie ever,
Yes.
but he's always excellent, and he's always going to make that scene great. Tom
love
Cruise
TJ
never
Miller.
does that. You're not going to say, oh, man, that scene was better because Tom Cruise was in it. You're just not. You'll be like, oh, Tom Cruise is in it.
He was the guy at the what was the movie with?
Oh, when he played the fat guy?
Yeah.
That was good.
What movie was
But
that?
it was only
again?
for a second.
What movie was
I
that?
don't know. I just remember him being some fucking fat guy. I'm telling you, I just don't absorb movies.
I guess you don't. Oh,
I'm telling you, I got
Tropic
a fucking
Thunder.
Donald Fagen song to learn over here. I ain't got time for this.
Tropic Thunder was that movie where he played the agent or something.
Yeah, now that was a good movie. Full retard.
What was his name? Simple Jack?
Yeah, which Shaun White just got in trouble for on Halloween because he dressed up as him and everyone was outraged.
Shaun White,
Hey, don't call him that.
I was going to say Shaun White hoodies.
Oh, the flying tomat.
I won't call him that because he said not to,
How
but you
about
seem
the
to.
retarded tomat?
No. So he dressed up as Simple Jack and got in trouble for being a movie character for Christmas.
Yeah. And then Ben Stiller had to apologize. No, I don't know.
Please don't tell me that.
I think Ben Stiller had something to say about it.
Oh my God.
All I
don't
can tell
even.
you is-
I'm so glad I'm not paying attention to shit anymore. Honestly, it's fucking annoying.
Is Raggedy Ann and Andy been outlawed?
Raggedy Ann and Andy.
I think there's got to be a reason.
Why is Raggedy some sort of?
I don't know. I think it's more like faggoty.
Okay, you don't even know what that means.
Faggoty Ann.
Raggedy Ann and Andy are dolls. They are rag dolls made
Yeah,
of
like
rags.
New York dolls, like those guys.
No, not the New York dolls.
The glam rockers.
No.
Faggoty Ann and Andy.
Okay.
Hey, Faggoty Ann. Faggoty Ann is two mommies.
Okay. Raggedy Ann was a little doll. I had one. They were made of rags, probably originally. Yarn hair, just
Ew.
patchwork stuff.
Yarn hair. That sounds gross.
The original Annabelle, the scary doll. You ever heard of Annabelle, the scary doll?
I don't think so.
Well, there's movies about her now. But the original Annabelle is actually a Raggedy Ann doll, not the doll that they use in the movies.
There you go. Well, history repeats itself.
Why are you saying
I'm just saying there was a time when Betty Boop was more X-rated than she became because the censors got a hold of her. And I think that's what we're in now.
Well, I think Betty Boop's head was a giant ass.
Betty Boop is literally an asshole.
Yes.
She's literally Hitler.
Her head is the shape of an ass, and her mouth seems to be her anus.
Or
an anus.
An anus.
I don't know what
Is it like Raggedy Ann and anus?
Boop boop dee doo. I don't know. I never liked Betty Boop.
Well, me neither. I'm just saying. The censors thought she was too promiscuous, so they made her less promiscuous. We are in a Betty Boop revolution.
But her head was still an ass.
Well,
So
of course.
she dressed a little she was inappropriate for the times, I guess. I don't know. I didn't like Betty Boop.
She's all over the place.
Again or still?
I don't know.
People love Betty Boop.
She's like the American Hello Kitty.
I don't mind still images of Betty Boop, but those cartoons are just I can't deal. I can't deal with the Betty Boops. So, is there anything you want to know? I was fascinated by the fact that it was a Chinese movie, and my conspiratorial mind went apeshit over the fact that
I guess
it has a 97%.
I guess my
rating.
favorite part of the movie was Henry Cahill or Cavill, whatever his name is.
Cavill.
I guess he was my favorite part of the movie. He seems like he's actually a good actor.
He is a good actor. He was Superman, and he was in a movie.
He was. He really was Superman.
Oh, okay. But he's no longer Superman. They've replaced him for some reason.
Oh.
But
Too old, are you?
I don't know what the deal. No.
Let's keep the Superman young.
No. They're all older. I don't know why they did.
We need a nice young Superman like Tobey Maguire.
He might have gotten in trouble for some Me Too shit that hasn't come out yet. But so for this movie, he was filming this movie and the Justice League movie at the same time. And so there was kind of like friction. And the Paramount would not allow him to shave his beard and mustache. So what happened was, when he filmed Justice League, they literally had to paint out his beard and mustache as Superman.
That's ridiculous.
And
that must look great.
The film crew, were like, of Mission Impossible, were like, yeah, sure, shave it off, we don't care. But Paramount's like, nope, because it would be easier for them to add it, I guess, than for the other people to take it away. But Paramount was, it looked like Paramount wanted to be dicks about it.
Hey, Paramount, fuck yourself. Yeah. How about he wakes up one day and, oh my God, I burned my hair off by accident. Here's no facial hair. What are you going to do?
Somebody replaced my soap with Nair.
Good,
yeah.
Take him out of the movie. Sue him. That's what you do. You stand up to these bastards. You're all bought by money.
I mean, I don't know why he couldn't shave it and they could just put, a fake one on. I think they do some really good fake hair these days. I don't know that we'd know.
Facial hair isn't going to make or break either of these movies.
Well, I think he's so recognizable as the Superman that they wanted him to have facial hair to kind of...
How dare Superman even be white anymore?
Well...
Why don't we have a black Superman? What are we waiting for, people?
It's probably going to happen, Dave.
Get on it, faggoty Ann.
Maybe that's why he got shit canned. I don't know. Anywho...
faggoty Angela Davis.
So you liked him the best.
You know who I didn't like at all?
Ving Rhames.
Angela motherfucking Bassett. Go fuck yourself.
Why didn't you like her?
She's just whatever.
You didn't like her character or her?
I don't like her.
I mean, her character was a bit of a dick.
I like Jacqueline Bisset, and that's it. And I don't like Angela Bassett. She doesn't even say that name properly.
Okay, it's not spelled the same way, David.
Exactly. See, she's retarded.
No.
Angela Bassett. What is this, 1984?
Okay. Angela Bassett was fine. She played an unlikable character, and she did it well because she was unlikable.
Yes. You know who it should have been? It should have been fucking motherfucking Cookie.
Cookie. Oh. Teresa B. Teresa. What's her
If
name?
it ain't Cookie, I ain't on board.
We don't watch Cookie's show anymore.
I don't need to watch
bad.
it. I watched it one year, and that's all I need. I know what she does.
She's good.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt.
She's got Moxie.
Cookie's good.
Moxie Brown.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe that's a new show she can be in.
Moxie Brown.
Moxie Brown.
That sounds politically correct.
It could be like
It's about Aziz Ansari.
No, it isn't.
It's called The Claw.
Okay, Dave.
Huh?
Ugh, he's gross.
That's why he has his own show. You got to play the game.
I don't want to.
Aziz Ansari's the good guy. Owen Benjamin's the bad guy.
Did you hear about Kevin Hart? How he's no longer now.
Hiya. That guy?
What?
He dressed up as an Indian. But you can't do that either. You can't dress up as an Indian unless you're an Indian. Can Indians dress up as white people? Or is that just called assimilation? Eh?
Are you done?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be hosting the Oscars, and he stepped down because 5 years ago he tweeted something. I don't know, but it's absurd. It's absurd.
What he tweeted?
Just the whole situation, the whole thing where 5 years ago you're a comedian and you make a comedic tweet of some sort. I don't care if it's the most offensive thing in the world. It doesn't matter.
You know what's offensive?
What?
Kevin Hart. He's not funny. He doesn't deserve to be hosting anything except the backyard party.
Dave, that's not the point. The point is, I don't care if you like him, don't like him, he's funny, he's not funny. He is a comedian. He tweeted something 5 years ago that should not make a difference 10 seconds after it's tweeted. And now somehow he's losing a gig over it. And you cannot like him personally, but that's bullshit anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I know you like to take these extreme angles.
Well, you know that he's terrible.
That doesn't matter.
I'd rather have Ice Cube. Why don't they just have Ice Cube host?
I mean, I don't know that Ice Cube.
Why Kevin Hart? Why? Because he's black? That's what it is.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's a more talented black guy. How about Idris fucking Alba?
Yeah, but it needs to be someone who's... There's a difference between actors and comedians. I mean, if you look at the hosts of the Oscars, it's almost always been a comedian. There's something very familiar about their cadence and their delivery.
Be charismatic.
Yeah, but that's not actors. Actors are acting most of the time. Have you ever seen Robert De Niro give an interview? He's awful.
Well, he's terrible, but you could have someone who's a good actor act like a good comedian.
Not live, not with...
Read that goddamn prompter.
Yeah, but the actors go in takes. They go 3 or 4 minutes at a time. It's not like that.
And what are we even giving them awards for? What the hell are we giving actors awards for?
Because that's the nature of the business,
They
Dave.
can't even host their own fucking show. You need a comedian to get up there?
Comedians are live. They are very good at improving. I mean, look who was the host in the beginning. It was Bob Hope. So yeah, comedians always have been, maybe not always, but for the most part have been the hosts. I haven't.
All right, here's the problem.
Okay.
Acting and stand-up comedy they're both trash.
Acting and stand-up comedy are both trash. Well, with their entertainment,
if you can't do it off the cuff, you're nothing. What, you're going to write it down and repeat a line? How long does that work before it becomes just like, ugh?
Well, somebody writes it, and then somebody directs it. And so the director tells the actor, I would like you to do this and pause here and seem reflective and then finish it with sadness or with happiness or whatever. So that's the directing.
It's nonsense. This is an antiquated. This is old technology.
Directing is old technology.
I just think Comedians in Cars is probably better than any movie that you could come up with. I mean, just the concept of talking to someone seems better than just reciting someone's words on a script. Well, that's been done for hundreds of years, and it's old now. It's old hat.
So should I not continue trying to write scripts?
No, you should. I'm just saying, for me, it's not my top form of entertainment anymore.
I don't think drums are needed anymore.
They're not, clearly. That's why the music to fucking Mission Impossible doesn't have a single drum kit in it, and it sounds like sterile shit.
Oh, is that your issue?
It's part of it, yeah. The music was crap. It was Hollywood crap.
Okay, I mean...
When Ariana Grande is on the charts, well, what do you expect? What do you expect?
Well,
It's so synthetic and plastic. How long do I have to tolerate this crap?
I thought the sound design was, I was so bored with the movie that I started really scrutinizing other parts of it, just to have something to look for. I mean, because I was totally bored by the script. Visually, I was entertained, but the script was... Blech. But
look, this podcast
about the
is
sound
better than
now.
the movie.
Okay.
What we're doing right now is better than the movie.
So the sound, everything. The sound was just great. Every little piece of it was just great. The walking, the everything. It was amazing. And when you started really watching it for the sound, it was kind of crazy how many layers and layers and layers of sound were going on. I was totally into listening to the sound, the Foley, the effects, all of it. I was down with that. The acting, I'll tell you, I'm not, the Ving Rhames and the Shaun of the Dead guy were supposed to be the, plucky comedic relief, but I wasn't, maybe it just screamed out to me too much, and it was too, I'm going to hit you over the head with this shit. But it didn't work for me, and again, you could see everything a mile away.
Rewatch The Sopranos. You'll have a much better time used.
That's 100%.
You could tune into The Sopranos in middle of an episode, and you'll be like, whoa.
Yeah, this was no Sopranos episode.
So why? Why waste so much money?
Well, that's the thing. This is the thing. The other thing is that so there was all this whisper campaign. It wasn't even a whisper campaign. It was a social media campaign that somebody paid a shit ton of money for to make you think this was the best action adventure movie ever made. And it was not.
Go back to
if
the
you
original
honestly
TV
feel
show.
like that it was, then there are some action adventure movies maybe we can point you to that are better. But I feel like nothing is real anymore.
The music on the TV show is 100% better than the music on this. I dare you to listen to it. You'll see it's real music.
Yeah, it's real music, yes.
That's where the theme came from. Real musicians played it. Carol Kay on bass.
Okay.
Not this nonsense.
All right. Anyway, yeah, this is so they pushed this movie so hard. It cost them $178 million to make, and it only made $220 million here in the United States. So they pushed it so hard, and it made back its money, but it made most of its money over there. So Chinese movie.
Wow.
Chinese movie. It's a Chinese movie.
Why release it here?
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually
why
they
is
won't.
Tom Cruise even in it? Don't they have a Chinese Tom Cruise? Clues?
It's because he owns the franchise. I'm sure he owns or is at least part owner of the franchise.
How about we make it illegal to have a movie franchise? Stop
Why?
making, because it's these sequels, a sequel. It's just, you get a decent movie and then shit.
You can't make shit like that illegal because then you're a dictator.
I'll dictate the shit out of this.
Okay.
You people don't deserve freedom.
All right.
Keep it up.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything you wanted to know about this movie in particular?
I really don't. It's a bad trip, man. It's a bad movie.
All right.
What's the fallout? What does that even mean?
Fallout is a nuclear term?
Yeah, but why is that part of the title?
Because they were chasing plutonium things, nodes.
But there was no fallout.
There was not, but there could have been. Well, the fallout. Okay, the fallout is that this movie, everything that happens in the movie is because of the fallout of them failing that first mission. So it's
What first mission in the movie that I didn't see?
The first mission in this movie, when the guy gets away with the plutonium.
Well, that was so badly done, I could barely follow it.
Yeah. So this movie made $181 million in China. And 42 in Japan, 31 in England, nearly 50 in South Korea. So yeah, this big Asian contingency here, loving this movie. Or maybe not loving it, but watching it. So yeah, it was made for them. It was made for, it's a Chinese movie. That's it. That is fucking it. And I don't even believe IMDb. Well, actually, you know what? IMDb gives it a 7.9. So those people who are watching an IMDb has not been compromised, is my guess.
7.9.
Dude, Rotten Tomatoes has it at 97%. 97%. Do you know how fucking wrong that is? 7.9 is closer, but I would put this as a solid 7 at the very most. It is not a 7.9, but it certainly isn't a 9.7 as Rotten Tomatoes Rotten Tomatoes is like Snopes, been compromised by money.
If you really like this movie, I cannot be your friend.
Well,
this is like politics. This is don't
So
bring
you-
this up at Thanksgiving, and we cannot talk about.
So then you're fine with people who stop talking to one another over politics?
No.
Okay, well then stop. Don't say that. Don't
Saying
say I
this-
can't be your friend if you like this movie.
This movie, no, this is literally Hitler.
No, this movie isn't literally Hitler.
It's not.
It's not the worst movie ever made, but it is not the best action adventure movie of all time. And I think the more creepy and dark and evil aspect of all of this is how someone paid off a lot of people to make it seem like it was. Critics, Rotten Tomatoes, even on Wikipedia, it says, many critics said that this was the best action adventure movie of all time. And it's just like, really? Really? It's a little...
Yeah, this holds up to the French Connection.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We can definitely point you in directions. Now, if this movie won an Oscar, then I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
I like Duel more than this.
Look at on review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 97% based on 368 reviews. So I'm thinking that 360 people were paid off to say, hey, write something good and we'll give you a free ticket, we'll give you hundreds of dollars. I don't know how it works.
Tell me something. What does Smokey the Bandit have on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes? Because that's clearly a more action-packed movie than this.
Let's go to Rotten Tomatoes.
How about the Cannonball Run? And for that matter, how about It's a Mad, 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 Mad World?
I don't
Because
like
these
that one.
movies are better than this. Yeah, you might not like it, but watch it. It's way better than this crap.
Smokey and the Bandit, 79%.
All right, well, it's a shitty movie, but it's better than this.
It's not a shitty movie. It's hysterical. 79% from the critics, 85% from the audience score. So the audience score, I believe, likes this movie more than they liked the other one.
Yeah, well, that's good. At least there's some semblance to reason.
On IMDb, Smokey and the Bandit gets a 6.9. So 7-ish.
How about Midnight Run? Honestly, because a good action-adventure movie's got to be a comedy. And this movie was not comedy.
Midnight Run gets a 7.6 on IMDb. And a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. 96% by the critics and 87% by the audience.
Oh, there you go.
So,
I just don't. So once a movie has a rating on these things, it never changes? I mean, like 10 years from now, people are going to still think that Mission Impossible, this movie, is as good as they think it is right now?
yeah, I mean, this is the first inkling I got of Rotten Tomatoes being compromised was that Black Panther movie. There was such a campaign for that movie where if you said you didn't like it, you were a racist. Mm-hmm. So it was insane. It was insane. And Rotten Tomatoes had it as like 100% for weeks and weeks and weeks. So Black Panther, it still has it holding steady at 97% from critics, though the audience score is 79%. So there you go. The Rotten Tomatoes has been compromised, or the critics have been compromised, or both.
Maybe
basically.
we don't need critics anymore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I look at a movie, I always look at the audience score first and foremost, because the critics clearly are being paid. They're being paid off.
Well, they have, in the simplest sense, they have a job. They're employed by, say, a newspaper. That newspaper has a political agenda.
Yeah, exactly. You literally could not say. And this is, listen to this. So the tomato meter has it at 97%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But listen to this. The average rating of their reviews is 8.2. The average rating of the critics' reviews are 8.2. How you get for 8.2 out of 10, how that becomes 97% is insane. That's like Snopes saying, this person said this false, and then right under they say, well, he did say this, but he meant this. It's like, it's bullshit. If it can't be 97%. It can't be 97% if the average rating is 8.2 of your critics. That just, Rotten Tomatoes is no longer a go-to place. I don't know about their audience score either. I mean, sure, there's people at production companies who pay people, to just go in and rate something. So it's disappointing that that's what the internet has become, and Twitter is also that way. It's just, it's not a great movie. The reviews are all as if they were written by somebody who was paid to write something. It's absurd. Actually, a much better movie is the Mad Max. The newest Mad Max is a way better movie.
How about the old one?
That was a good movie. It's a little on the cheesy side, but it's and a little low budge.
So the new one's better than the old one, in your opinion?
The new one is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's very it's way better than I expected. I don't know if I want to compare the two, because the original always should have a place in people's hearts, but the new one was a lot of fun.
How about Escape from New York and L.A.? Are those good movies?
Escape from New York is a great movie. It is a fucking fun action adventure movie.
That seems like they used to make better movies back then.
Well, and I feel like his character, I feel like Snake Plissken is a great character. I don't know that Ethan Hunt is a great character.
Ethan Hunt. Ugh.
And there's something... Look.
Wait, are you telling me that Ethan Hunt was the name of the character in this 1960s show?
I don't think so. Maybe he's supposed to be like the son of somebody. I don't know.
I think they're jumping the shark from the get-go.
But I think the Kurt Russell in general is a
Captain Ron.
Exactly. There's something very endearing about him.
Yeah, he's a fucking Hollywood star. He's got charisma.
Well, and a child actor.
He can host the Oscars.
Too. Child actor. So in those Disney movies a lot. So he. I'm
no big fan of his, but he's clearly he's got what it takes.
I think I am a big fan because I love Escape from New York. I love that movie. And Escape from LA is okay too, but I like the original one. And Captain Ron, I mean, shit. That is a fucking hysterical movie, and he is great in it. He's great because you're endeared to him even though he's a total asshole. He's a total prick.
That movie's so much better than this movie that we're talking about today. I can't even believe that they're actually both movies.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, why do you just want scene after scene of like nonsense action? It's a blur.
It's fine to have action. I mean, look at any Jackie Chan movie. They're full of action and they're also very fun.
Yeah, because they're comedy and they have a great comedic actor in them.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jackie Chan?
No, the other guy, the black guy.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you're
Rush
talking
Hour.
about Chris Tucker?
Yeah, that man's a genius.
Yeah, but you have to understand Jackie Chan is also very funny.
He's funny, but he's no Chris Tucker.
He kind of is. He's a great action adventure guy. He's very good with comedic timing. He's very funny. He makes great faces. Jackie Chan is
I like him.
is a legend as far as I'm concerned, and he's also in those old Bruce Lee movies. There was a lot of comedy in there.
Totally.
So anything with Jackie Chan, I think, is going to be way better than this Mission Impossible movie. Even the worst Jackie Chan movie, I think, is going to be better. I mean, there are so many better action adventure movies than this one, and I would just beware of anything that, Rotten Tomatoes says is at 97%. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and it's disappointing that they've sold out. But hey, welcome to capitalism. I can't complain too much because here we are. So we'll never get paid off. I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
You're too opinionated to be able to be paid off. I mean, anytime I guess you have a regular 40-hour-a-week job, you're getting paid to be a certain way. But
yeah,
we were never those people.
God damn you.
No, I mean, God bless the people who can stick to it, who can get through that shit. Good for you guys. You are better than me, for sure.
Yeah, well, you're not better than me. There's a lot of crap out there, I got to tell you.
I knew he would.
If you listen to this goddamn country music these days,
yes?
Oh my God, what's wrong with you people? How about you make a recording so clean that there's no emotion to it? Oh, that sounds good. And then how about we just repeat that thousands of times?
See, I came up with this idea, and that Dave just shit on it, but I thought he should take music that has been made to be too sterile with garage band or whatever, popular music that's clearly not real, and remake it with real musicians.
They don't deserve my effort.
They don't deserve your effort, but I bet it would catch on, and I think people would maybe eventually pay for it, and then maybe you could turn the tide of the music industry back to real musicians.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not against the idea, but I have to ponder that.
You and
let me tell you something.
And Scott and
Darius
yes.
Rucker. That is the future of country music.
Okay. I thought you said you didn't mind him.
I don't mind him.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Darius Rucker is the best thing in country music right now.
Okay.
What does that tell you about country music?
I mean, I'm a big fan of some of the other people.
The music is a formula. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Well, it is very formulaic.
It's a formula. They have bad hip-hop drum grooves in it now. It's not country music. It's some sort of generic wash. The best country artist is a black guy. The whole thing is a farce.
I mean, everything is formulaic. Even movies. I read a book called Save the Cat. It's about it's specifically about what formula you have to write a script in. I mean specific. Page 10, this needs to happen. Page 30, this needs to happen. So all of it is formulaic, and somebody has done the research to see that that's what people will buy here in America. I don't know if it's a worldwide thing. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it is formulaic. So the songs probably at 30 seconds something has to happen. At 40 seconds something else has to happen. There's that video on YouTube where somebody has layered 6 or 7 different country songs, and you can see they're all exactly the same. Everything, the build to the music, the chorus, everything is basically identical. So we are a nation of formula eaters, and somehow we will pay for the privilege, pay money, pay dollars for the music, for the Ariana Grandes,
that pop music,
for the Mission Impossibles.
And this movie go hand in hand in your nice new terrible culture.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a better way to spend your entertainment dollar than Mission Impossible 6 or whatever it was.
And I'm a fan of the, junk culture.
Okay.
Buddy Rich on the Tonight Show, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that already happened that you should just discover instead of buying this new crap.
The new stuff is not good, but see, that's the thing, is that they are also training this current generation of moviegoers, probably a generation or two behind us, that this is 97%. This is what you have. This is what you should accept as being the best thing going today. Is this 97%? I think it's.
These are like the exit polls.
I think it's insidious, dude, and I think it's bigger than that. I think they are trying to just brainwash people into, so when we pass away, the generations behind us will be accepting of other shit without question. Oh, everybody says this one's a 97%. That's great. Let's just all metropolis our way and file into that movie theater.
If you don't think it's 97%, how about we put you in a concentration camp?
Well, I don't think it's going to be like that, or maybe, but it's almost like, yeah, I mean, with Black Panther, it was certainly like that. You didn't think it was 99% or 97%. You're clearly a racist.
I love Key and Peele, but I don't know about Get Out.
I'm telling you, you're a racist. That's what they want you to think.
Why is that so bad? Everyone, you can be racist, just don't hurt anybody. Don't do anything racist. You can think it, just don't do it.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't even think there's that many people out there that are racist, that are real racists.
No, I just don't want to be robbed by another black guy.
Cross-burning racists, you know.
Look, I'm not giving anyone a ride, but there's certain people I'm definitely not giving a ride. Because in the past, I gave them a ride and they stole my radio. Guess what color they were?
I don't know, Dave.
I can tell you, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
I'm just saying.
Thanks for leaving me in the dark.
You learn, and then you're not racist. You're just wise.
Right. You're learning from your own experiences, but apparently your experiences.
He stole my radio.
Well, I don't.
Was it the skin tone or the crack cocaine, or the combination?
Who knows?
I do.
But that's okay. Well, then why are you asking?
I'm saying it was a combination of the desperation and the cocaine.
Excuse me.
The racial desperation and the cocaine combined. Probably the lack of father. All I'm saying is I had to go out and buy another radio that was identical to it so that no one knew that mine was stolen because I was too embarrassed to tell anybody.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, me. It's big trouble. I had enough money to buy another one. So go fuck yourself, kid.
Okay.
You steal my radio, I got another one the next day. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Anyway, we should probably at some point do our own top 10 of action adventure or our top 10 movies that or you must see or whatever.
That sounds good.
Honestly, this was a disappointment as far as
I'll give you a must see. Quadrophenia, The Who.
It's just really okay. It really just opened my eyes to how shit is going down around us and in the entertainment industry, and it's not cool, and it's something you need to be looking out for. The Chinese infiltration.
I would have never known about that.
Really waters that shit down. Really waters it down, and since his movies are kind of like that anyway. Maybe you don't notice as much with his...
Who, Tom Cruise?
Yeah. But, because he did The Mummy, too. Also a Chinese movie.
I thought that was Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, they rebooted it.
Oh, that's a great move.
They rebooted it and people didn't like it. And it was a Chinese movie and people did not like it. And they have learned from their mistakes. I mean, I think it still did okay over there. But they are desperately trying to find a happy medium, and so Ant-Man and the Wasp did well here and there.
I think they should remake Encino Man in China.
Okay. Why? So
I don't know. It's got Brendan Fraser.
You like Brendan Fraser?
I hate him.
Oh, okay.
We saw Saturday Night Live with him, and that was really disappointing.
I don't think that was his fault.
He's not very good.
Yeah, but Saturday Night Live isn't very good.
That's true.
All right.
Busta Rhymes was on that episode we saw.
Speaking of
He
Fallout.
sucked too.
What?
I said Busta Rhymes was on that episode that we saw. He was the live guest.
Yeah, but you couldn't really hear very well in the audience.
Yep.
I don't know if they've fixed it since then. When was that? 99, 2000?
About then.
Yeah. That was when we got invited to go because of my cable access show.
Mm-hmm. Am I imagining it, or did we ride in the elevator with Sherry O'Terry?
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe we did. We didn't get any special treatment. No.
We were in an elevator. You walk through the halls with all those photographs.
Yeah, but there was.
I swear I saw Sherry O'Terry up close.
Okay, maybe you did. Maybe she walked by or something.
Yeah.
I loved Sherry O'Terry. She was great. She was a shining star in that. She must have pissed somebody off because she fucking disappeared, and somehow Christine Wiig is the best thing going today. But I tell you what, I'm here to let you know that Sherry O'Terry was fucking hysterical.
She damn was.
Unbelievable.
Simmer down now. Was she simmer down now?
Simmer down now, yeah. She was that. She was the cheerleader with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. She was really good.
Fucking funny. And Rachel Dratch, also very funny.
All right, I'm just, these movies, they're really an exercise and a waste of money. They really are.
I mean, I guess it's fun to say, oh, well, we filmed here, we filmed in New Zealand, we filmed in Paris, we filmed here and there. And it's fine. Look, the movie isn't a 3. It's definitely not a 3, but it's definitely not a 97%. And that's my issue. My issue is I walked into this, or not walked into it, but I hit play on this movie expecting to be blown away. And then as soon as that Alibaba showed up at the very beginning, I was like, okay. And then as the movie played on and the plot twists were like the plot twists were so easily figured out that it was just like, oh man, this is not a great movie. This is barely a good movie. It's an okay movie. Really disappointing at the state of Hollywood and how much they'll spend just to convince you that this is the best movie you've ever seen.
What
It's
movie
disgusting.
isn't made with Chinese money today?
I'd have to look, but any movie that has a Tibetan monk as a good guy, or a Chinese person as a bad guy,
Or starring Richard Gere.
you'd have to look. But they probably not romantic comedies as well. They don't want sex in their movies. They don't want to encourage people to procreate and give them that idea. So their movies have zero sex. Their TV shows have zero sex. If you watch Drama Fever, it's on, you can go to dramafever.com, or it's a Roku channel. None of their shows have any sex. They have maybe a cute little smile, maybe a handhold, but it's more in the look and zero kissing of any kind. They don't want it. So get ready for that just to be in all of our movies. If you're watching a movie and you think, well, one of these guys is going to kiss, there's clearly chemistry, and it never happens, Chinese movie. So
are all the things in China built like shit? I mean, do all their appliances fall apart, or is it just the stuff they export to America that's shit?
I'm going to say it's probably just the stuff they export to America.
Well, stop doing that, please.
Well, I think he's going to put tariffs on stuff from China.
That's fine. I'm tired of every fucking product I buy from Home Depot breaking because it's a piece of shit.
Don't buy stuff that's not American. Spend the extra money.
Good luck finding it.
Well, go online.
American standard. Everything inside of it is Chinese.
Do your research. Go online and try to find something.
Once again, I don't care about China, but just make a quality product with integrity. Like the movie. Can't you make a faucet, internal part of a faucet that doesn't fucking leak and break? You retards?
All right. Anyway, so this has been our show about Mission Impossible Fallout. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you give an honest answer? Honestly.
Well, this is the problem. Yes, I can.
All right.
I got to say, overall, it's a 6.
Okay, that's fair.
But if I'm saying, look, it's almost like you have if this was a low-budget movie, then I would probably say it was
a 7.
7 maybe. But honestly, it's a Hollywood movie, so it's just like, I'd give it more like a 4. So I guess it's a 6, but for me, it's really not much better than Infinity Wars. Honestly, it's pretty much along the same lines.
I think it's a 6.5, 7 as is, but then when you add in that there's clearly some sort of hoax, some sort of paid for hoax on the public, it really bumps it down to a 4 for me. I'm disgusted by that bullshit. But just as a standalone, 6.5, 7.
I mean, I honestly
there are way better movies out there.
I hate it.
It was boring. If you started to watch for the sound design or the
How can you have a movie like this with not a single Muslim in it?
No Muslims, no Asians of any kind in that movie.
How are all the evil world players
all white guys?
John, Lark, and the Apostles.
Yeah.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
It's some weird anti-religion shit. No.
What the fuck is this? They should have been singing on a street corner with fucking Sylvester Stallone's brother.
Take it back. Do 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 do.
Fucking
Take it
John,
back.
Lark, and the Apostles. Were they appearing at the fucking Apollo tonight? You weirdos.
By the way, Frank Stallone, I would follow him on Instagram if you're not following him.
I would walk 500 miles.
I love Frank Stallone. He seems like a regular guy. He has a nice guitar collection he likes to share with us every once in a while.
I like him.
He's a regular guy. He's a regular guy. He makes his typos, and I love it. He's not some elitist asshole Hollywood douchebag. He seems like and he's just a pleasure to follow. He has some really great guitars, some really great stories. He also has a lot of like old boxing stuff,
Oh yeah,
photographs.
Is he younger or older than?
I think he's a little younger.
Gotcha.
I think he's a little younger. He might be a little older. I'm not sure, but he also will do he'll play his guitar and sing a little bit. He seems like a great dude.
Copland, I like that movie, huh? No, that was a good movie.
Copland's a great movie. I love Sylvester Stallone. I think he is a fine actor, and I think if you watch Rocky, it's a marvel. It's an amazing script, and he does an amazing job, and it's so well directed.
He's very good. Was he in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
No, it's a terrible movie, but that's fine. It's just,
was he in Tango and Cash?
Was it him or is it Mickey Rourke?
I think it's Mickey Rourke.
All right. Anyway, we can do a whole show on Sylvester
Just saying,
Stallone.
there used to be some fun movies, but this what we saw today is exemplary of what's bad.
Yeah, it's a disappointment, and it's if you really give it a lot of thought, like I have, it's evil. It's insidious. It's there's a darkness going on that
no shicky, no turkey.
People are just getting paid to lie. It's fake news, and it's everywhere. So. If you found yourself not loving that movie, you're not alone. And if you found yourself loving it, make sure you loved it because you really loved it and not because everything around you said it was amazing. All right. That is it for episode 31 of the Middle Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific Podcast featuring your pals.
Mark Cooper.
No, I don't. Whatever. You that Mo Gaffney shit before?
Yo, that Mo Gaffney shit don't fly around here, motherfucker.
You may never be able to say anything again because that's awful. That's terrible. Anyway, this is us signing out. See you next time, America.
Mo Gaffney.
Ugh.